الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. I told you that if we still have time to live on earth, we'll meet. And here again we meet on a new chance, a new scope for us to stay together for some time with a new course. They always say that the third time is the best. I hope it is not the last, but I'm sure it will be the best, inshallah. Today we meet with children's literature. Somebody would ask, what is children's literature, and why does college want us to study children's literature? What is its importance? And is it different from any kind of literature that we studied before? Is there really what is called children's literature, literature for children? And is it big enough? Is it large enough? Is it profound enough? Is it worthwhile enough to be explained and discussed and exposed in a course like this? Let us see. Okay, are there any novels or short stories or poems or plays that deal with children or address themselves to children? Let us see. Before we jump into the course, into the ocean or the sea of the course, and that will be a nice experience, let me introduce you to the major things that you should expect, inshallah. First of all, that's the name of the course. That's me. And here goes, inshallah. Just like the other courses that we had together, we'll start with the course description, course objectives, and course content. What do you expect to have in the course itself, inshallah? Here, as you know, in the preliminary lecture, we do not ask questions. We do not expect questions in the final exam to come from this lecture. It is just a survey. It is just an introduction. It is just the key that takes us into the inside of the room. This course is designed as a survey of literature written for children, covering traditional and contemporary works. So we'll be dealing in passing with some traditional works, and we will be also talking about some contemporary ones, fairy tales and other works emerging from oral tradition, picture books, poetry, juvenile novels are all considered. Then, in answer to the question that I have asked a few minutes ago, are there examples of children's literature that entitle it to be course like this? Yes, we have fairy tales, we have other works, we have picture books, poetry, juvenile novels. Everything will be considered. They have a great literary quality, and they have many things to offer to children, and that is why in the Department of English, at this stage after studying the modern novel and before that the rise of the novel, you are asked to follow and to appreciate children's literature or the short story, two alternative courses. The course is an occasion for students to academically approach modern intellectual trends. We're studying children's literature. How can we approach modern academic and intellectual trends? Yes, children's literature is just an example of literature, like the novel in general, like poetry, like drama. It's a genre in itself, and as a genre, as a literary form, it helps us to understand the thoughts of the age, you know, the currents, the political currents, the social currents, the economic currents, the circumstances of the age itself, the factors that have shaped the literary, social, political, and economic life of the period under study. Of course, we can choose a text belonging to the 18th century or to the 19th century or the 20th century. You will see whatever text we are going to decide upon, that will have to do with the age in which it was written. As I keep saying, literature is the mirror of the age. Literature is the mirror of the age. You hold the mirror in front of yourself in order to see your face and in order to see the features of your body. If you read an example of literature, be it children's literature or whatever kind of literature, then you expect to find in that example of literature a lot about the age in which it was written. This in turn would enhance their awareness of the world around them. Emphasis is on the selection and analysis of books for children of different age groups from preschool age through junior school ages. All these examples belong to the realm or to the world of children's literature. The student will study the various types of literature for children and gain familiarity with different authors of both fiction and non-fiction, British, American, and cross-cultural children's books. Students enrolled in the course are expected to understand the development of children's literature, how it developed. I will devote a whole lecture to that, the history of children's literature, how it began and how it developed, and the latest stages of children's literature, the famous books, the famous writers. Recognize the concerns and distinct literary styles of major writers of children's literature. Recognize the patterns of thought, values, social issues, and behavior as reflected in the literature for children. Judge children's literature in terms of literary quality and enduring value. Like any other book, if you have a book for children, we should ask this question: is it an enduring one? That is to say, does it last forever? That is to say, will it be read and enjoyed and appreciated and studied later on by people from all parts of the world or not? If you remember something like Gulliver's Travels or Robinson Crusoe, these are books for grown-up people, but at the same time they can be classified as belonging to the world of children's literature, you know. They belong to that, and we will explain this. And from the time they were written in the 18th century until now, and perhaps many centuries later, they are and they will be studied as great books that have stood the test of time. Understand the value of literature in the development of the child. The objectives of the course: to identify the basic concepts and theories of children's literature, substantiate their orientation into the contemporary domain by being provided with techniques to delve into the second and maybe the third layers of meaning. We are not just going to read very silly, superficial, trivial things. No, we are going to try to focus on some aspects of the course that have many meanings. Recognize the major tenets of children's literature, the characteristics, what it talks about, what it concentrates on. Be able to describe and decipher and interpret and translate and understand the most common theories of children's literature. Improve and emphasize effective teamwork skills, research skills, and decision-making skills using experiential learning. And this is what you do in the Deanship of E-Learning here at KFU. Explore the diversity of genres under the rubric Children's literature. Many examples of that. Understand the various layers of meaning in the novel under study. I am going to cut this short in order to allow for more time about the course itself, or into the course itself, inshallah. Really and certainly you will have the PowerPoint presentation, inshallah, available online in the course file. From today, I will leave a copy of every lecture with the technician and the people responsible for that. They will upload it to the net, and you will have it available for you anytime, inshallah. A critical study about children's literature, I will make it available, an article or a book that deals with children's literature to make your job easy. and a sample novel that we will study. And the novel I have chosen for you this time is a more interesting one, and I promise this and I guarantee this, and I'm sure that what I'm saying inshallah is correct and true. The Railway Children by Edith Nesbit is our novel for this course. It will be more interesting than Robinson Crusoe. I'm not sure if it will be more interesting than Animal Farm, but let me say it, yes, it will be more interesting inshallah than Animal Farm. This is the text by Edith Nesbit. The novel was published in the year 1906. I will make it available as well for you. And these are some of the references or the other books or source materials that you can check in order to read more and understand more. And this is the customary way of evaluating you. 10 marks for active participation on the blackboard, 10 marks for attending the recorded and live lectures, 10 marks for assignments, 70 for the final exam. The total is 100. And here are my office hours. On 2 days, inshallah, you will have me available in the office hours. And this is my number. Feel free to make use of it and ask me questions about the course, inshallah. And it will be only available at that time. And this is my email address that you can use to contact me, inshallah. By now, I come to the end of the first preliminary lecture. We have just taken the first step. We are holding the key to the room, the spacious room, which is called Children's Literature. Now be ready for the first lecture in the course, inshallah. Are you interested? Do you like it? Don't say yes or no now until you read more and understand more and attend more lectures, inshallah. Thank you very much. And very soon we'll be meeting on another lecture, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.